Hey everybody, it's Jason Blah here. Now that my obligatory informative videos are done for the day, you guys know what time it is. It's time to talk about current events in the online fitness community. And we're going to discuss somebody I have not discussed in a long time. A long time, but he got brought up in my comments. And that's Cali Muscle, aka the Booty Warrior, aka Chuck Basher. That was his gay porn name. Do not Google it because you can't unsee it once you have seen it. Trust me on this. He made a video doing some muscle ups, and he said that muscle ups are, in his opinion, the true test of strength. Well, Callie, it's a good thing no strength coach anywhere in the world or any athletic trainer takes your opinion seriously, because we would all be in a world of shit if they did. So let me go ahead and put on my +5 hat of speechcraft, lovingly called my +5 hat of autism by many of you. And let's talk about this. All right, guys, we got Chuck Basher here. Who calls me, he's got his own nickname for me too. He calls me Jason Fleet Blah, Bloop, Blah, because Blah is too hard for him to say. You know, it's like he just stumbles over the words because he struggles with stuff like that. He's got that speech impediment. You know, you got Callie here, who doesn't train his legs, by the way, doesn't squat, doesn't deadlift, actually wants to pick as a feat of strength an exercise that if you don't squat or deadlift and don't train your legs at all is actually easier because your lower body weighs less. You know, that you don't have to swing around as much weight with your lower body. It makes the exercise easier. That's pretty ironic, right? It's pretty ironic. The ridiculousness of it. And don't get me wrong here, guys. Don't get me wrong. I have no problem with heavy weighted body weight exercises. In fact, I set strength standards for them. What do I tell you guys? I think that a healthy young man, that it's a reasonable strength standard for you to get to where you can do 100 pounds on a weighted pull up or a weighted chin up, right? Meaning 100 pounds of plates, you should be able to pull yourself up, right? Not your body weight, but with actual 100 pounds added. And I'm not talking about guys who don't train their legs. I'm not talking about people who don't train their legs either. I'm talking you should have big legs. You should squat and deadlift and still be able to do that. I can do it, and I'm in my 40s. But I consider that an important strength standard. I'm not against these sort of exercises. In fact, I think they're very valuable. I think any exercise that moves your body through space is a very valuable exercise, right? And I think anyone who understands training and strength understands that. We all agree on that. Weighted pull-ups, weighted chin-ups, weighted dips, those are all fantastic exercises. The barbell squat moves your body through space. How about glute ham raises, right? These are some of the best exercises known to man because they move your body through space and you have the ability to add weight. Add weight to your own body weight and do these things. I mean, they're very valuable from a strength development and athletic development, everything else. These are valuable exercises, and I have nothing but regard for them. But to literally stand there and pretend that the muscle up is some sort of strength standard, and then on top of it, what does he do? He flops around like a fish. And it's like, fine, we're going to discuss strength. Let's discuss strength, that's fine. But just flopping around with your body weight up there isn't even a display of strength anymore. That'd be kind of like these CrossFitters talking about their kipping, whatever, kip ups, flop ups, whatever they call them. It's the same crap. It's the same crap. And again, I'm not saying anything's wrong if you're going to do a display of strength for reps on something, but that's no longer even a display of strength. That's a display of how much body inertia can I use. And I'm not saying his upper body's weak, because it's not. It's not. But it's the ridiculousness of Cali Muscle in general, and just the nonsense that he comes up with, you know, and how do you even address this at a certain point? You know, this guy puts out his fitness information, and it's not really information. Like, almost nothing he says is of value to anyone out there. You know, he should probably stick to his gaming stuff. His gaming channel's probably better and more entertaining and more useful. You know, but I mean, he gives bad diet advice, bad training advice. Like, if you guys aren't using gear and don't have his genetics, you're not going to get results. Guy's all about machine fluff and pump and all this nonsense. Can't train his legs, doesn't squat, doesn't deadlift. And that's kind of the other point. I mean, a person who does not train their lower body really shouldn't be talking about strength, because let's think about that from strength. Who do we think is strong people? I'm not just talking about in weightlifting, right? We don't even need to talk about Olympic lifting or powerlifting or anything else. Who do you think of as displays of strength in other endeavors? Football. I mean, you got to be strong to play football. Anyone going to deny that, especially be a lineman or something? You got to be strong. Who else is strong? I mean, has their own displays of strength? Basketball players. When we start thinking of things like speed, strength, explosiveness, I mean, someone who can jump and dunk a basketball, isn't that a display of strength? That's strength. So in form of strength right there. How about a sprinter? You got to be strong. But here's the thing. All of these people have strong legs. Like a football player, their upper body alone is not going to do. You hit somebody on the football field, if you have no strength through your body and you just have chest and triceps, you're not going to have any base to hit anybody with. All right? Even a boxer or an MMA fighter, anyone else, when they even throw a punch, there's entire body involvement, right? Strong quads, strong hips. Those things matter. When a boxer really lets loose and hits somebody, that's a full transfer of their entire body. You know, and that's kind of the thing. I mean, oh, if you can't move your body, well, you know, being able to move your body weight around is not an impressive display of strength, to be honest. Most of us don't weigh that much. I weigh 218. That's just not that much weight, to be fair. It really isn't. If that's where your strength standard lies in your ability to move 218 pounds around, you're not strong. You know, and that's the point that I've made when this stuff comes up. And in fact, I called him out on that a while back. He might have made this video just because of that. And he's probably thinking I wouldn't even be strong enough to do muscle ups, but I do weighted pull-ups, weighted chin-ups, weighted dips. I have all the requisite muscles through my body to do these exercises. I'm not interested in doing them. Not interested in them. They don't appeal to me, this specific movement. No desire to do so. But, you know, it kind of comes back to that point. You're going to talk about strength. Well, strength is actually using your muscles to do something. Not only is it an all upper body exercise, he's just flopping around like a fish on that bar. Fine. I mean, you want to show your calisthenic strength, by all means. How many weighted pull-ups can you crank out? Or even body weight pull-ups. Fine. Get on there, do dead hang pull-ups and crank a bunch out. You know, crank out 20 dead hang pull-ups where you actually go all the way to the bottom and you don't kick your legs up in the air. I mean, and I would say for someone his body weight, that would be pretty impressive. For upper body, but it's not a test of overall strength because our upper body is weaker than our lower body. So if the best strength displays that you can produce are just in your upper body, you really, in the grand scheme of things, are not that strong. You're not that strong because your lower body has more strength potential. But realistically, a strong person is someone who is strong top to bottom. Someone who is strong top to bottom. That's why I don't ever say there's just one exercise by which we can judge strength. You need a number of them. And I could make a hell of an argument that my favorite exercise, the deadlift, is the best display of strength or the best test of strength or show of strength. But that's not really true either, is it? Because somebody who has longer arms and who just really built the deadlift can deadlift more weight, even with the same amount of muscle and strength on every other lift compared to someone else. I mean, they're out there. I could get into some examples. So, you know, you can never just say one exercise. You always got to look at a number of exercises. But in the strength and conditioning world, which is how all your athletes, so people go say, oh, you're just talking about weightlifting. Well, not necessarily. No, we're talking about strength and conditioning. Coaches who work with real athletes, whether it's NFL or shot putters or everyone else, right? They have strength standards in place on big exercises. That's how we judge strength. That's how you assess strength in the athletic world. Things like the squat, bench, deadlift, overhead press, snatch, clean, what's your vertical jump. Those are real displays of strength. A damn muscle up, especially where you're just flopping yourself up, that's not a true test of strength. Not in any sort of real athletic environment. Maybe out on the street, maybe when you're in the penitentiary, you know, but where Callie was in the penitentiary, maybe that's all they had. The only exercises they had was, you know, the muscle up, the hip thrust, and hide the pickle, you know. So he used to play hide the pickle a lot. But realistically, out here in the real world, when you get outside the penitentiary, you get into any sort of sports with a strength standard, this is not how you assess strength, and this is certainly not how you're going to assess strength in an athlete, right? You're not going to assess it that way. So again, just complete ridiculousness that you would expect from someone with the mental faculties of Callie Muscle. What we have come to expect from him. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative. and I will talk to you guys next time.